It's rain coming down out here. It's supposed to be 20 degrees colder or cooler tomorrow than it was today. I do see some flowers and stuff, some trees starting to bloom. This tree out here in my backyard, it used to bloom years ago when I first moved over here, but it's really truly dying, so it only grows some green leaves, and I think if I catch it at the right time, it will bloom some, but it grows some green leaves in the summertime, but it's not that good or that great for shade. Used to be, but limbs just keep falling off every year. So anyway, out here, y'all probably can't see it, but I just hate the fact that you can vaguely see it. But I hate the fact that it's a light on over there, and I'm just like, it's on my nerves. But anyways, I got on here because it was definitely, and I really hope that I'm moving it. Somebody turning. I don't know what that was. I didn't know if somebody was trying to play some games. Let me get out of here. Out the window, that is. But I got on here because I started feeling the type of way. I watched the I've been watching a couple things over the past few days and stuff, but I watched this stuff about John List, you know, what he did, killed his whole family and stuff, because I had watched The Stepfather. But today I watched about the story about the lady April Barber, and I'm just coming to the conclusion. I watch this stuff and then I start kind of trying to sympathize, or relate or whatever to the whole scenario, and especially with that one because I was told to have an abortion when I was 17, and I didn't feel like I think either she said she didn't think they would approve of it, or either they were going to make her have it. But I'm gonna go back and read the actual where it says the state versus such and such, the ones in the case or whatever. And evidently the dude's dad is dead. The dude who she was pregnant by, he's dead. He contracted hepatitis C, and you know that's what's being said or whatever. But of course her son is 30 years old now, good and grown, and you know all the details that go along with that. And so that's what I was thinking to myself, like, you know, I hear all these stories, this stuff sounds so heinous. I be trying to put my thoughts on it, my feelings, and trying to sort out my thoughts and feelings about it, but I could never know all the details. Like, they could make one of the greatest and best movies about it, and none of us will still ever know all the details of what truly went on, you know. Then when I seen, 15-year-old woman or 14-year-old woman pregnant by a 29-year-old man, and it was a 14-year-old black girl, well, not woman, for a 14-year-old black girl and a 29-year-old white man, I was like, wait a minute. So of course it shows in her son, you know, you could tell he's mixed, biracial, but he wasn't, I could tell on the interview, he wasn't really trying to give people too much to go off of as far as how he really feels about his mom. That's their relationship. Like, that's not for everybody to even be witnessing. You know what I'm saying? It's fine to ask him about it, and I guess he was okay with doing the interview, but you could tell that he's not gonna give all the information regarding shit, whether he hate his mama or whether he is just overly excited as far as her coming home or whatever. But she was granted clemency, and after all those years and stuff like that, and it just took me back to, oh, woo, it didn't take me all the way back, but it took me to the thoughts of when I was told to have an abortion, and you know what I'm saying. So anyway, she was told to have an abortion, or she felt like she needed to have an abortion, and didn't want to abort her child. So instead, she burnt, started a fire that ended up taking the lives of her grandparents. And I just see somebody on a post about it, just ranting and raving, oh, a murderer doesn't ever need to get out, and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And we do, people, that just reminded me how harshly people do judge, and how, to me, it didn't sound like a righteous judgment, because I'm still all for God is the judge. God knows what's going on. He knows the details, and even He puts it into the hearts and the minds of mankind what's really going on. No, I don't think that that's present in the grand juries and stuff like that. And then when she went on to say that the attorney that was supposed to be representing her went on and told her to take a plea deal. That's about money and feeling like, you got another warm body in a jail cell, a prison cell, instead of you trying to go to trial and sort it out for real. Like, he told her it's a waste of time. So she was influenced by that, and she was young, so she was already influenced by the dude who got her pregnant to do it, and then influenced by another. And of course they mentioned it was a white, and I don't like to bring the white and stuff and white and black and all that in there, but I'm just calling it what it is, what they said. But that was some wild stuff, and that even takes me back to me being influenced to um take a plea deal and plead guilty to something, even though you're either guilty with the explanation or flat out, in the eyes of God, you could just be flat out not guilty, because certain stuff is. I just believe that when you have a cause or you've been provoked, that, again, God knows the details. So it just got me feeling like, I don't feel like I'm in a tight spot now, but just in this world, you feel like you walk on eggshells. You like some people, and I feel like I'm included in that number. Like, if I even breathe wrong, that people are going to try to condemn. But that's the thing. Good thing that people don't have a heaven or hell to put you in, and you need to be operating by Holy Spirit conviction. You don't need to be operating by that. And I'm speaking to myself when I say that, because I tell you. But and then there's times when I feel like, Lord, I shouldn't have to make this certain type of sacrifice, or do this differently, because what's going on around me, and He will let me know, you need to do this. It's in your best interest. And so, I could choose to be obedient or not, but and then I might not like it, but I don't know, man. It's just, after I feel like I've been in such a tight spot for a long time, and yeah, people have tried to make me feel like some stuff have been the worst thing ever. I'm not even gonna say that I have not played with fire. I really do. And I mean, literally, she was playing with fire and did some stuff, and she said she even called the fire department after she realized what she had done and stuff. But so I'm not gonna sit here and say I haven't played with fire, spiritually, um, and lead to some stuff, trying to be ignited and make a large, um, I wanted to say spark, but it could just be sparks, but make something where you're gonna feel the heat in my life. But I'm definitely, as I'm getting older, looking at stuff differently every single day. Like, oof, where did I go wrong? What could I have done different? I'm not gonna sit there and dwell on it because you can't go back unless you again you practice magic and you do all that stuff and feel like you can stop time or whatever. Um, yeah, but I'm not gonna dwell on it. But I'm just like, I have hope. I've tried to keep the hope for better, for change and stuff like that. And even just, I've always said, let's get to the root of it. And being that I don't know the root of what's going on, um, those grandparents, I read somewhere where it was like, you having a baby by that SOB and, you need to take him for statutory rape or you need to have an abortion. So basically, they was giving her that ultimatum or whatever. And, her being that young minded 15-year-old, 14-year-old, she was in quote unquote love with her man. So, oh, excuse me. I don't know. But anyway, they was trying to kill my pockets on that Hello Fresh. So I'm not gonna get my other box that was due to me, I think the 14th or something, but I'm gonna still try to get one in time enough for like the 16th or something like that. And that'll probably be my last box. I'm not gonna keep on um or my one, maybe one of the last two. I'm not gonna keep on purchasing them after that, um, and letting them swipe my card, because boy, they trying to run me ragged. But but yeah, I just thought that was interesting, and like I said, I'm coming to the conclusion that I'm just going, I will never know the details of that lady's situation. And even her telling her story, she might not remember, unless she wrote down in vivid details like I've done with some stuff in my life. You ain't gonna remember every detail. And I think it's meant for us to forget, not all, but some, and even sometimes the majority of those things. But, yeah, I'm even being as careful as to keep my feelings kind of overall to myself, because for one, I need to start understanding that that's not my, even though it might be similar, it's still not my situation. I didn't sit in there for what uh 30 something years, 30 years of my life and stuff like that, from being a teenager to being a 45 years old, 45-year-old woman. So yeah, but it's a very interesting um story situation. It's definitely caught my eye, and I kept seeing stuff about it, and I didn't even know that that's what was tied to it. I seen her son's interview and stuff like that, and I started to watch it, but I didn't. That was before I knew that it was her son. But I'm just like, man, so much going on in this world and has went on in this world. So much been covered up. Of course, they say he died from hepatitis C back in, I guess, the early 2000s or whatever. She said he'd been dead for like 20 something years now. She was speaking on how she felt about him and stuff like that. And yeah, and just interesting. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to follow. I'm sure somebody probably gonna contact them and try to follow up on what's going on. But try to follow some of the story and stuff like that as far as how they reconnect and link back up. But it really does make me thankful. It made me thankful. I got some complaints and stuff that I can continue. I feel like I can continue to complain about certain stuff, but do I need to choose to? I don't feel like absolutely not, because it very well could have been worse. Yes, I feel like too, it could have been better, but sometimes when I just look at it, I'm like, you know what? It could have been worse. It could have been so much worse. And just the better that I might believe that I'm supposed to have, or that, we're supposed to operate in, it might just be a figment. I'm not gonna say a figment of my imagination, but it just might be because so many portray a certain thing. And of course, money has allowed people to be put up on a pedestal and stuff like that. But that's wild. I came across something today too about people buying an island and you can invest. You can become a citizen or a member for like $19. You can you can buy a portion, own a portion of it for like $3,000, which that stuff is not bad at all. Like I think that's awesome. I think it's beautiful actually, but and I thought about it, but right now I know I got so much going on. But that would have been me if I would have did what I feel like I should have done or could have. Some other things could have happened for me. I would have been doing that right about now, like for real. Um, but I'm gonna still continue to try to make the best of things right here where I'm at. And like I said, I ain't really been on here as much as I usually get on, but it just doesn't feel like it. It feel like time is passing in a different type of way. I don't know if it's slower. It's definitely not speeding for me, but I don't know. It's just, but it is at a steady pace. It's like, or has it always been steady? No, I'm just playing. But no, of course, still missing and thinking about my daughter. And like I said, when I heard about that situation, I'm just like, you know, that upset me. Then she was talking about how the person who was raising her child, while she was locked up, had gotten frustrated and probably made it a money thing and utilized her son as a way to collect from the state and stuff. I think she said the state, I guess when somebody's pregnant and they have a baby in there, they get to collect some type of benefits. I don't know, man. It's I don't know. Just being mothers being seven mothers who definitely want to be in their kids' life, and I ain't trying to be funny when I say this, but to the point of where they like start a damn fire. I don't know if she intended on burning her people up or not. Only God knows that. But at least start a fire because you want your child to come in this world that bad. Uh, or just what I'm saying, you want that child to have a chance. Should I say? Because this world is a trip. But God created it and we inhabit it, so it is what it is as well. But I don't know. Just I don't know. Like my feelings are definitely a certain type of passionate about that when it happens. I still feel like that till this day regarding the abortion that I was influenced to have. And honey, I was influenced by this a dude that was the same age as me, so I can't imagine her being influenced by a grown man. I mean, and that man might have been immature, being that he was messing with a female that was, gosh, he was 29, so that's 9 and 6. Yeah, 15 years his junior. Um, that right there, but I don't know. It just made me think. That's all I can say. And then to have people just hollering out, oh, and not considering how a 15-year-old felt. And me, I was 17, but still close enough in age range. Like, they didn't consider how I felt. And to this day, they still not. And so, I don't know, people just put on these facades and these masks and stuff, and they not really, they talk about consideration, or they act like, but they don't really consider somebody more than themselves. They consider themselves, and I know I done picked up some of them ways. I don't be considering certain people and stuff like that outside my household, because I'm just like, this the ways that y'all out here living. Like, it's almost like you don't have a choice but to be for yourself. And even some people that's in within their own household, they not even for the ones that's within their own household. So I don't know how this thing's supposed to work. One day I'll be like, Lord, okay, I'm on top. I know what's going on. I understand. I get it. Then the next minute I'll be like, oof, Lord, I don't know what kind. I be feeling like, Lord, I don't know what kind of world you made. I don't know what kind of people you done designed in this world. But I don't know, man. I had some good chicken enchilada tacos. They were really good. I actually liked the enchilada sauce that I made with the ingredients that HelloFresh had sent. It was pretty good. I didn't think it was enchilada sauce was that simple. So I finished those up tonight. Those were good. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna still try to do it tonight. It's this scallop recipe. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm gonna try to do it because I don't want to leave the ingredients in the refrigerator for too long and stuff go bad or whatever. But I tried to get me some fruit today. They only had they only had one container of the fruit. It would have been very nice if they had two, but they only had one container of the fruit that I wanted. They had plenty of the candy. I done got some candy. They had plenty of that though. That's how they try to set you up. But yeah, I've still been on my honeydew melon trip, loving it. Um, Amazon, not Amazon, but the people who did my gazebo, they supposed to be sending me out another piece for my gazebo. And I went on and told them, I said, I really don't think that's the right one. And then they tried this. They ain't gonna say they assured me. I don't know if I'm just dealing with some foreign people or what. But I said, that does not appear to be the right one. Once again, can you send the right one? And they were like, oh, this is it. And this, I'm like, oh my God. Here we go. So we shall see. The one that I had, it was actually like bending down or whatever. But I don't know. I'm gonna see when it arrives. If it's the right one. I tried to do some repair work today, repair the chairs and stuff that my sons had messed up. I'm looking for a piece for one of the chairs that I got. Maybe I'll have to. I have the place where the rocker was. Well, the gaming chair was made at, but and manufactured at, but it was sold through a third party site. So I don't know what I need to do. Yeah, I just it's a lot going on. I go back and forth between wanting to get some furniture and stuff, some different types of furniture up in here to being like, no, I'm good. I ain't gonna do it because I'm not materialistic. Yeah, I like to be comfortable, but I'm not much. I can sit on a beanbag and be comfortable, but the world has just made me feel so self-conscious of, you know, should I be trying to strive to get these material things at these other places? Then I see stuff on the news where people have these nice houses and stuff like that, but they end up killing or murdering somebody in it. So it's like y'all didn't care if blood was spattered all on this nice stuff and these nice 4 and 5 bedroom houses people getting killed in. And even with that John Lewis thing, like he had a mansion and they ended up, of course, burning that to the ground, but had a whole mansion. And oh God, that's why I be like, Lord, what is it all for? What I used to feel like I knew, like for real, like okay, I know what the purpose is, I know what we're here for, I know what's going on. At this point, it's like, I don't know. Then I had a dream this morning where my so-called siblings was in it, and again, I love these people. These people I've known, grew up with, I ain't forgot who they are and stuff like that. But it's like, what am I dreaming about these people for? And I'm not even interacting with them physically. This is, my dream life is definitely spiritual. So what is going on? Are y'all trying to communicate something to me? And y'all still alive. These are not dead people that I know of anyway. You're trying to communicate, but y'all don't know how y'all can't communicate. We got mouths, we can speak. That's why I just be feeling like, no, who I'm communicating with is with just my sons. That's who I'm communicating with. And when my daughter did reach out recently, I'm not trying to hear nothing else from y'all or about y'all, but that dream, my one of my so-called siblings, she ended up going to get her hair done, and she had like this side ponytail type thing, and side ponytail has been a thing before, about a year or two ago. She had a side ponytail, and I think it was braids, like, like maybe like box braids or whatever. And then my so-called mom, she was telling me, she told me to drive a certain car and take her to get her hair done, and to, I guess, also go to a certain place with her. And I thought she was letting me keep the car, for a while, until for like a day or something like that. And so I went on, okay, I'm like, okay, she let me use the car or whatever. I'm gonna go book me a hotel. And I don't know, I feel like the hotel was nasty or wasn't clean or whatever. But anyway, I was like, I'm gonna go book me a hotel. And then when she was like, no, you gotta bring it back or let her use it. I think let the sibling use it or whatever. So then I see myself canceling stuff, maybe on Cash App or something like that, canceling like the reservation or something like that. And I was disappointed because I'm like, I thought I was going to be able to keep this or whatever. I don't know what it's about. I tried to jot it down, jot some details that I remembered down, but when I tell you, I'm just like, Lord, I just don't. On one aspect, I be feeling like I'm thankful that I'm still dreaming, but on another, I'm like, I don't interact with these people. I don't want to dream about them. Like, literally, I'll be so glad that my boys' dad does not creep up into my dreams no more, but he still trying to do some other stuff. Like, I literally just seen something that almost referenced something about him, but it was more so on the beneficial side for me. But so thankful for that. But I still be seeing his name just pop up unexpectedly and stuff like that. Um, and it was something else I was about to say about that, but yeah, but I used to have dreams about him all the time when I was interacting with him, and to me that was different. It's like, okay, I'm interacting with you, but once he started showing up in my dreams less and less and less, I was like, I felt like a sense of relief and stuff like that, and it's really a small sense of relief because a part of me was like, wait a minute, that's pretty much all I know is him in the dreams. You know what I'm saying? I know it gauged better for me in the dream life than it did sometimes in real life. So I'm like, wait a minute. But if it indicates that he is about my face and on about his, thinking he on about his business anyway, thank you. But these right here, I'm just like, y'all not in my face, y'all not in my presence. And I ain't gonna sit here in front. I really do love the people that's in my bloodline, that I share the same blood with and stuff like that. And prior to me separating from them, I was still interacting with them, loved them, you know what I'm saying? Like we had some under the surface issues, but we didn't really have no, surface type issues. We definitely had some deeper issues that needed to be resolved, and I feel like certain people still didn't want to, but I feel like we could still be in the same room together, be at the same location and stuff like that if necessary. So, with that, and just to me, I wasn't doing anything trifling to them. And I don't really feel like they was doing trifling stuff to me. I feel like, people had to make certain decisions that they feel like they had to make certain decisions that did affect people in a certain type of way. But anyway, and like previously, what was it? I think it was not last year, but the year before, when my daughter's dad, so-called dad, showed up to the house in 2020, October 2020, and I talked to her. I talked to my so-called mom, and I was like, yeah, I said, I don't know what's going on, but I'm solid with you. Like, I don't have no problems with you. I mean, I have the things that bother me, but I wasn't gonna let that stop me from having a relationship and interacting with my so-called mom. So, so of course when the distance and the separation and stuff came, I was just like, oh, this is definitely different. I didn't choose this. I didn't plan this. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I like to have my time to myself, but I didn't plan it, but I see how it happened. Then, it is what it is. But yeah, I just don't, I don't necessarily want them showing up in my dreams because, like, I don't know what y'all got going on. I don't feel like I trust it. I feel like when y'all do try to show up in my dreams, because y'all trying to do some other stuff, and I'm not in the mood for that. I don't want to partake in that. Um, Again, I don't have much material stuff in this life and things like that, but I have God. I have God in my life. I have a relationship with God. I have my sons in my life. I almost wanted to say something, but I'm not gonna say it. Um, and that's what I want to enjoy and I want to embrace. I be eating good. We be, I need to get fit, but yeah, I don't know. It's a 30-minute video, audio video. I don't know what's next, but I just don't want no craziness popping up in my life, man. It's and then to me, it's the craziest part is you love these people. This is who you've known all your life, and to not be able and never thought that I would really be comfortable being away from them like that. Like I'm comfortable. Um, it does like try to boggle my mind sometimes. Like how in the did this did this happen? Like how did it happen? I don't, I don't, this ain't, it's like, it's not normal, it's not usual to me. Other people still walking around interacting with their siblings and everybody else. But I know that I'm not other people. And I just know I'm not other people. I don't want to go nowhere crazy because then the enemy start trying to say some crazy stuff and whatever. But, and I definitely bind and rebuke it. But, I just know I'm not other people. And I knew God had already told me something wasn't going to be ideal, and I thought it was one thing, but maybe it's just the whole ordeal, and I'm just like, oh wow. But but then I look at go back to the movie, and I'm thinking to myself, how in the world did he kill his whole family and then go on and move on to the next? And I don't want to be, I don't want to really truly believe that it's like this, but it was a man, it was a male who did this, killed his whole family and went on to live with a whole, marry somebody else and stuff like that, like as if the other ones just never existed. And being that that's pretty much similar to what's going on regarding the boys' dad, with the exception of making a contribution, but we over here quiet, we not bothering whatever he got going on. Just up and just moved on like they don't exist. I was just like, this is some wild stuff. So the other thing, I definitely been watching Bel Air, and I'm about like this girl who does reviews of each episode. She's like, I'm obsessed. I'm almost feeling obsessed. I know I'm not, but baby, borderline on the brink of. I mean, it's good to me. Like I ate it. Like it's good. I like it. At first, I wasn't feeling it, but I like that black folks show. Like, I don't want to say it like that, but just the fact that I don't really be seeing no black shows like that. Not too many now. Sitcoms I do, but shows, little series and stuff, I don't be seeing too many of them shows that I really take interest in and want to watch every episode and can't wait for the next one. Like, I like the Black Wonder Years. Of course, that's sitcom-ish. Um, and now I'm liking Bel Air. And I'm like, ooh. They did that with these characters and everything. The one playing Carlton, oh my goodness, like all of them though. Now, one thing that does annoy me is how the Aunt Viv on the series, her voice sounds like Alfred Woodard. I just that bothers me. Cause I'm like, girl, you might as well have been Alfred Woodard. Like, what's going on? But anyway, I'm excited though. This was episode 7, and I just seen, I guess, I'm guessing that they have 3 more episodes. I'm guessing, I'm hoping, because yes, I like it. It's really giving. Um, Speaking of giving, my older son was giving some Carlton Banks earlier this evening when he was bothering with his brother, and it was just irking me so bad. He did something I can't remember the details right now, and even if I did, I'm not going into the details because those are my kids. But it literally like bothered me. I was like, we're not gonna do that up in here. Um, what else? Again, that's pretty much all I gotta talk about right now. I still want to get me a generator. I still want to get my son some stuff to climb on outside, especially for the summer, like this rock wall and stuff like that. But I'm gonna have to see, like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to see what this is giving. Um, because I'm gonna have to put it together, and I don't want to halfway do nothing and then he climbing on it and something happens to him or whatever. I want to make sure that it's secure. And as a woman, I can sit here and say, "Oh, I need a man to do that," and I definitely do feel like I would prefer a man to do it. But if I can read the instructions and do it myself, then I'm gonna do it. And I really do. I feel busy. I feel like kind of fulfilled when I'm doing stuff like that, and especially when it's geared towards them and not just something for myself. You know me, I got my sons to help me put my gazebo and stuff up. But I really got to figure out exactly which um, wall climbing pieces and stuff I want to get, because I'm thinking about getting a whole like play set type thing, because he likes to climb, and of course, and we don't really get away from the house like that. And I kind of do just want to build our house up. I've always wanted to build my house up to where it could be like almost a sanctuary where I don't have to go nowhere else, you know, unless it's absolutely necessary. But I can have some of what I would travel for right here. Because what's the point of going anywhere else? And we can do it right here. But that don't mean that I don't want to go elsewhere. I definitely do, and I definitely still want my help. But anyway, hmm. So I'm gonna continue. I'm definitely praying about it. I do ask God right now, like, what's the best pieces to get for in my backyard, and even if I want to move it to the front yard and stuff. I'm not a show off person, but sometimes I just want that change of scenery. Like, I should have the right to go in my front yard, and y'all shouldn't be eyeing me and eyeballing and worrying about what I got going on or nothing like that. But you know, reality is that they do. But I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm not gonna figure it out. I'm just gonna continue to trust God as far as what to do. Because although I'm wanting me a man and a helper, he ain't here, so I got to still ask God and trust God, and get guidance on what's best, what type of play stuff is best for really both of my sons. But the one of them is my younger one is more active when it comes to going outside and stuff like that. So, and the other thing, he wanted Tamagotchi, but he found a Tamagotchi app online, so on the Play Store. So he's been doing that, some of that, and I didn't get him one. I don't know if I'm gonna get him one or not. He wants a VR headset, but I don't know. I'm definitely not big on that. He been wanting a VR headset for the longest, and I don't know. They got some cheap ones. I might decide to get him one, but I always want to get him the better one, the one that's like $400 or $500 or whatever. But I might get him the little $200-$300 one. I might, but I prefer him to have some equipment. But then I know I gotta upkeep the equipment. It gotta look neat out there and all of this or whatever. But Lord be with me, because I do have the desire to get him some stuff like that, and I really do kind of want to get it geared towards my 10-year-old son as well. He can get on it a little bit, but he gaining weight and stuff like that. So I'm just like, boy. But anyway, I'm gonna figure that out. Hopefully, I can get that in the works before the end of next week, and be getting it delivered or whatever. Hopefully, and soon, I know, very soon, we're gonna have to get this grass cut. I am definitely thankful that I have some gas for this year, but it's been sitting there since last year, since it's been there for about a year now. Um, and hopefully it still works and stuff in the in the lawnmower and stuff like that. And I gotta continue to order different oil and stuff like that for the lawnmower and all that good stuff. Um, we definitely got the little weed eater or trimmer at this point. And yeah, looking forward to this summer. I know it's probably gonna be hot, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know. But I'm about to get off here though. I do need to check some bills out and stuff like that. See what's just shaking.